Hey guys, welcome to the Linux Fever, and today we are gonna learn about how we can repartition or resize a root partition of a Linux-based operating system which is installed in a VM environment over here. As you can see over here, we are working on VMware Workstation, and I have installed Debian Linux over here. So Debian is installed here, and what we are gonna learn is how we can repartition the root partition of this Debian based operating system. So let's see how we can achieve that. First of all, we are gonna find out the hard disk side of this operating system. So we'll first find out that, and then we are gonna resize the root partition over here, and we are gonna see how we can do that. So first of all, let's find out the hard disk partition. So if I type the fdisk command here, as you can see over here, my hard disk partition is of 12 GB, and you can see over here disk device slash SDA, that is my hard disk, and it is now of 12 GB. So we are gonna increase this hard disk and hard disk size, and then we are gonna increase the root partition here. So the my root partition is here, device slash SDA2, that is of size 10.6 GB, almost 11 GB of size. So we are gonna increase the size to more extended size to more 2 or 3 GB. So let's see how we can achieve that. First of all, to increase the size of this hard disk, we have to power up this virtual machine. It is running on VMware Workstation, so we have to power up this first. So without powering up, we cannot increase the hard disk size. So after increasing the hard disk size, we will come back to here and see if it has got extended over here. So let's shut down the VMware first. As now we have shut down the virtual machine, and we will go over here, edit virtual machine settings. So as you can see over here, here we can edit the settings of the virtual machine. And if you go in the third step, here the hard disk is listed over here, that is of 12 GB, as I have already told you. So we are gonna increase this size to extend to more to 3 or 4 GB more. So here we have to click on expand. Now it is of 12 GB, and I will make this to 14 GB. So we will extend this to 14 GB and add 2 GB more to the 12 GB, so it will become 14 GB of size. So it says that it has successfully expanded. Now we have to repartition the disk and expand the file system from within the guest operating system. So we will boot into the operating system again and verify if we have successfully extended the the hard disk partition. Let's log into the system first. Now if you type xdix again here, here you can see the hard disk size has extended to from 12 GB to 14 GB. So we have extended the hard disk size. Now what we have to do is we have to extend this root partition. So here my root partition is yeah, using 10.6 GB of data. We'll see how much is actually using and how much data is actually free. So I have some unallocated space over here. As you can see, only 10 GB is used by the root partition, and if you issue the dfh command, you can see over here, uh, yeah, here dev slash sda2, this is my root partition, and it it is using 11, it has 11 GB of data, where it is using only 1.2 GB of data. That means only it is using 13% of space. So we'll increase this 11 GB to extend to 2 more GB, that is which we have already clear up over here in the hard disk. So it has more 2 GB of unallocated space. We will occupy that space here in the root partition. So we will, and to extend this root partition to occupy that 2 GB extra. So what we are going to do is we cannot uh, resize this root partition as the machine is powered on and it is already mounted. The partition is already mounted, and without unmounting we cannot resize this root partition. So what we are gonna do is we have first power of this virtual machine, and then we will use a particular tool that is used to resize and partition hard disks and other partition of early Linux base operating system. So we will use that tool, that is Gparted. And Gparted is a very popular tool only used to create this partition and resize this partition. That's a GUI based Linux tool. So we'll use that. First of all, let's see what Gparted is and how we can use that. First of all, power of this virtual machine. And if we Google Gparted, sorry, my internet connection is not working. Let's wait for some time. Okay, if you go Google Gparted, here you can see this is the official website of Gparted. We'll click on here. So this is the official website of Gparted, and we'll download the live CD or USB of this tool so that we can boot from that live CD and we'll modify our partitions. So you can also download the other versions of this Gparted tool, and that can be used directly in our GUI based operating systems. So what we are gonna do is download the live CD of this tool. So you will click here. So you can download it from here. That is, you can download the ISO file of the live CD and burn it to a image. So I have already downloaded it. You can download it over here from here. So let's see how we can modify the partition of this Linux Debian operating system. So first of all, we have powered up this PC, and now we will again go to the ED's virtual machine settings. And over, if you go to here CD and DVD over here, we will use an ISO image of the Gparted tool. So we'll browse to the Gparted tool. Should be in my C drive. Yeah, this is the Gparted tool I have downloaded from the official website, and I will use the ISO image of this. So I have selected the ISO of this, and instructed the VMware to use this Gparted tool when booting in this virtual machine Debian. So we'll power on the virtual machine and it should boot into the live CD. Yeah, so it has come into the Gparted live. So if it do not boots into this Gparted and it goes directly to your operating system, then what you have to do is you should go to the BIOS when booting in the system and go to there and update the boot priority settings over there, and you will find that you will have what you will have to do is to you have to prioritize the boot from the CD DVD from there, so that it can boot from the CD or DVD. Yes, so the CD and DVD should be on the top priority list so that it boots from the CD or DVD. So as you can see over here, it has booted into the Gparted Live tool. So we will let it be booted and we'll see how we can resize the partition from this tool. We are resizing the partition from this tool by powering off this virtual machine because it is the root partition is mounted and we cannot resize a partition online when it is online. So that's why we are resizing this from this live tool. So just click on don't touch key map. Now it should be booted into the, yes, it just booted into the GUI based Gparted. So here we can it will list all the partition of our hard disk. So I have total of 14 GB of space. You can see over here 14 GB of space. So from which Linux swaps is getting 1 GB total, that is the extended partition. So we don't have to modify this partition. What we will do is will occupy this unallocated 2 GB space which I extended at the first step. This is referred to as 2 GB unallocated of space. So we will extend our hard disk size, that is device size to SDA2, that is ext4 file system, and it is occupied in now almost 10.60 GB, and we have to extend 2 more GB to this file system root partition. So what we are gonna do is to, well, first of all we will bring this unallocated step to over here so we can extend this partition. So first we will make this swap on so it gets locked and we don't have to modify this extended partition and swap, that is Linux swap. So what we are gonna do is, first of all we are gonna extend this partition. First of all we are gonna this is the boot partition, and first we have to move this partition to the end of the partition, so that just click OK. Now it has moved to the end of the partitions, and now as you can see, the unallocated 2 GB of space is now just beneath the ext4 root partition. So now what we can do is to extend, resize or move this partition, and we will occupy the extra 2 GB of space. As you can see, it has gone to 12 GB, 12.9 GB, that is almost 13 GB of space is occupying now. So we'll click on this, and as you can see over here, so it has extended to 12.63 GB. Previously it was 10.63 GB, and now it has occupied 2 more GB, that is 12.63 GB. So there is 1 MB of unallocated space. We'll leave this. Don't actually, let's see if we can occupy this too. No, we okay. Now let's leave this. It should not matter that much all as it is only occupying 1 MB of space. So what we are gonna do is apply all these operations, and we'll see that it will take some time if you are moving or resizing a large amount of partition, large amount of size. It has, as you can see, it says all operations successfully completed. So we'll close this and see. As you can see, the root partition has got extended, and we will power off this Gparted live and boot into our original system. So just shut down this Gparted, and of course what we will do is go to the CD and we'll use the hard disk to boot. So it will no longer boot from the live CD. So we'll power on the machine. Sorry, it has again booted to the live Gparted tool. Okay, now it has booted into our original operating system. Now we'll verify that if the root partition has successfully got extended or not. Yeah, so if we type the aptix command over here, you will see. Let's see. As you can see over here, the hard disk has, which has already extended to 40 GB. Now the root partition is already taking that space. That is 12.6 GB of space. Now if we issue the directory command, see, as you can see over here, now it is now occupying 13 GB of space, and only 1.2 GB of space is used. So 11 GB is now available to use. So we have successfully extended the root partition. So I have showed you how we can extend the root partition using the Gparted live in an VMware Workstation. This would also work on VMbox and other virtual box virtualization of softwares, third-party software. So you can try this on them too. So this is how we can repartition the root partition of an hard disk.